It's the finale of Season 2. The question is, do we still have a chance at winning the title and going up automatically, or are we going to have to settle for the playoffs? What is up, guys? Matthew here, and welcome back to another episode of our FM24 Journeyman career mode with Darlington. And we're at the end of our first full season as Darlington manager, and this is where we are at currently. So we're going to just get the table out of the way first to give you guys the situation on where things are at before we look at the results that have happened in between the last episode, of course. But I can confirm we have secured a place in the playoffs, which we knew we would. It would have been a catastrophic downfall and collapse if we were to have not gotten ourselves into the playoffs. So we are the most recent side to book our place in, which is excellent, given the fact we were predicted and expected to get mid-table this season. So we've done exceptionally well, and we are now on 84 points. However, we are 9 points behind South Shields with only 9 points to play. So we would need South Shields to lose every single game. We'd have to win every game and there'd be a 9-goal swing. So it's safe to say we won't be going up automatically this season. South Shields have just not stopped. They've had the odd wobble here and there, but they've just had way too much. And they've set an amazing points tally still with 9 points left to play, because if you look at last season's league, Chester went up as champions with 86 points. Scarborough was second with 83. We're already on 84 with still 3 games to go. So the standard this season has been absolutely crazy amongst the top 4, maybe even top 5. But we are safely in the playoffs now, and it's safe to say the fight is going to be for second and third. You know, if we can be one of the, the 2 teams out of the 3 who can get second and third, we get a bye into the playoff semi-final, which I think is a huge advantage. But this is what has happened since you were last with me. We've not done too bad, but essentially we'd have had to have won every game to be within a shot, if we're honest. So after the last episode, we went to Blythe. We won 2-0, a very comprehensive, solid away win where we broke through eventually, had a comfortable day in the end with Kelly and Little getting the goals there. Then dropped points again. We played Leamington at home. They were already relegated, I think, at this point, and we were winning 1-0. We had so many chances to win the game. We couldn't get the second goal. 21 shots, 9 on target, and they nicked a goal in the second half with one of their only 2 shots on target, which is the usual way. And we dropped 2 points. And I think, if I remember rightly, if we'd have won this game, given other results on that game week, we would have gone within 4 points of South Shields. And I honestly thought, when we were winning this game, I thought it's on, we're doing it. But we got put back into our place, essentially. We did then go and beat Oxford City, though. This was a very good performance. We come from behind in this one. Very much a case of just taking the chances we created this time, which was good. And then we went to Banbury. We hosted Banbury, who were below us in 5th at the time. And we had 3 bites at the cherry to get playoffs. This was our first opportunity to secure a playoff spot, and we nearly lost the game. Banbury got in early. We were knocking on the door all game. Again, it was a case of creating chances, but we could not finish. And we finally got a penalty in the final dying embers, and thankfully Max Thompson put it away. But then we went and lost against Alverton, who were on fire, great form, and it was a lesson in putting your chances away, essentially, here. Alverton, 4 shots on target. They scored 3 goals. We had 6 shots. Only 2 of them went in. A higher XG, once again, not taking our chances. And to be fair, we went in front, but 3 quick fire goals, put them 3-1 up, and it was all but a consolation at the end. And by that point, it was pretty much done, automatic promotion. But that was our second chance to secure a playoff spot. We finally did it at the 3rd time of asking with a 2-0 win over Cursed Nashton. Again, it was another case of missing chances, finally breaking through, and we got a quick-fire double in the second half to give us the 2-0 win, and we kept them out, which was awesome. So, 3 games today to finish the season, and 2 of them are massive. We've got Brackley, who are relegated and long gone, which we should win. Then we've got Scunthorpe, which could be a decider between who gets a bye and who doesn't. That is a massive, massive game. And then we've got Telford at home, who are 7th themselves. So we've probably got one of the hardest run-ins, I think, of anyone else in the playoff picture. In terms of what's happened off the pitch, we have had a sale. Mitchell Curry has finally left. We had numerous promises to sell Curry, Nelson, Hatfield, and Tommy Taylor, who's now kicked off too, before the end of the transfer window. We only got Curry sold, which is a real shame after what he did for us last season, but we just couldn't keep all 3 strikers happy this season, so he's leaving for Hemel Hempstead at the start of April, and we have got Tommy Taylor up for sale, Hatfield up for sale, Nelson's up for sale as well. Yeah, we can't keep them all happy, unfortunately. But that's enough housekeeping. We're going to head straight in to the first of 3 games in today's bumper finale episode. And let's be fair, it's one we should win, but in normal Football Manager terms, who knows? We might not. Okay, so here's the team then for the Brackley game, and we are playing this with the game against Scunthorpe right in the midst of our mind. I think this is the Easter weekend, so we've got Scunthorpe pretty much within 2 or 3 days. So it is massive that we are able to get the win here against a team who are relegated. We should be able to get the job done with a weaker side. So we have rotated a little bit. So in defence, Tom Leake's come in for Sumnall. Harry Wright has come in for Newall. We have brought James Harvey into the midfield, replacing Caden Kelly with Ben Little alongside him. These 3 are going to be hard to keep all fit and fresh, so we'll have to try and monitor that. Frankie Ealing comes in for Spellman. Harry Green moves over to the left, and we are going to start Andrew Nelson. But I am sort of questioning. I think Max Thompson's stamina is pretty good. His natural fitness seems to get him through most games, and he's never really too bad. So I am going to stick with Max Thompson, but if we're winning, there are quite a few priority players we will be benching to rest them for the Scunthorpe game. But this is a game we should be winning, even with a second string team. So here's hoping we can do, and we can give ourselves an edge going into that huge playoff clash against Scunthorpe. We're going to go with the bottom one. That seems to get most of them up and motivated, proving that our good form is justified. But Harry Wright's a little nervous. Everyone else seems perfectly happy. But yeah, Brackley are a side who have probably set one of the records for the lowest points haul in the history of this division, and have gone down with a whimper completely. So we shouldn't be expecting anything less than a victory here, even though they're at home and the pressure's off. But these are the sort of games that Football Manager throws at you, especially at this time of the season when you need a result. Sometimes these things happen. So the earlier we get a goal, the better. And we're in the box already here. Max Thompson, a beautiful dink over towards Harry Green, who has been brought down. Penalty given. I'm going to quickly double check that Max Thompson is on it. Yes, he is. And we already have a chance. Frimpong was the culprit, and Max Thompson has the chance to give us a very, very early lead against the already relegated Brackley, and there it is. Max Thompson puts us 1-0 up, his 23rd goal of the season. He's the only striker we've been able to keep happy, and even then he's had a few wobbles this season. But yeah, I think going forward we need a good understudy for Thompson, but a player who knows he's an understudy. He knows that he's second fiddle, and that he's not going to be competing regularly, because that's the problem we've had. Curry thinks he's going to be playing more. Nelson especially thinks he's going to be playing more, because Nelson was our star at the last season. Thompson was a flop last year. But as things have happened and we've moved back to a formation with one striker, one striker's lost out, unfortunately, and that's been Andrew Nelson. But since then, not much has occurred. South Shields are winning, you'll be surprised to hear, and I think they'll wrap up the title, actually, given the way results are going elsewhere. So we might be seeing automatic promotion already. They must be getting managed by Captain Goodspeed if they're winning the title, obviously. But a quiet first half. But I'm happy. We've got the lead and we seem in relative control. And if we can double the lead now, that would be wonderful. Ben Little, what a run this is from Little! And it's a great effort. He's not been as happy of late, Little. He accused our team talks of being confusing. Work that one out. So he's not being happy. I think some players just think of an excuse to not be happy. Wow, it's 2-2 in the South Shields game. What's gone on there? Wow. Scunthorpe winning 2 though, which isn't good news for us. That means we're going to drop below them down to 3rd, and the next game is really going to be a big one. But can we double our lead here? Playing the ball back out to right. We've let them get back in their shape here. But here's Little, back to Lecky. Harry Wright now. A lovely ball. Oh, Little's just been beat to that here, and this could be actually a Brackley highlight. Have they got anything on the counter? No, they haven't. It's an awful ball down the line to nobody, really. And look at this. Rowney ball. Playing beautiful, quick, one-touch football. Max Thompson's in the box. And he's finished a truly wonderful move. And it gave us a 2-goal lead right on the brink of half-time. Look at this football. Absolutely beautiful. The touch from Thompson was immense. And I mean, how can we not start him every game? You know, he's been amazing this season. And he's been the player we were expecting. And I think that's happened with a couple of the lads. I mean, Brackley have been atrocious, haven't they? Especially this kid. I'm going to give him credit if I can actually click on his name. George Shelby, who of course had a very tough start as Darlington goalkeeper, has been really, really good since he settled in, and he's done fantastically well. So I'm never ever going to say the job is done. Lots of complacency, which I don't like. If you're complacent, you're probably going to get substituted. And Frankie Ealing is now the only one coming out of the dressing room who is a little bit complacent. I'm going to go balanced, and I think with the Scunthorpe game in mind, we are definitely, I think, we need to be sensible to just drop our tempo a little bit. Go to balanced, manage the fitness of the boys. They all seem pretty fresh at the moment, but we have to make sure they're fresh for school. We might even give them a rest day after this, to be honest. But we should have enough to get the job done here. On the hour, we are going to do what we said we'd do. Max Thompson's going to come off. Andrew Nelson comes on. He's feeling complacent, but he's not very happy at the moment that he's not the number one guy. But sorry, mate. It's 3-3 in the South Shields game. Bonkers. I mean, they still are pretty much going to seal it. If they draw today, we need them to lose to give ourselves any hope, which could still happen. You know, another goal in that game could really change things. But it looks like we are just managing it. Not really troubled. Is there anyone else we can bring on? I think we could drop Frankie Ealing back to right back, which is something I really love the fact we can do. Bring Michael Spellman on for Harry Perrott. And I think we might be best resting CJ Clark as well, because out of the 3 midfielders, he's the most tired and probably the most important in terms of the one who sits in front of the back 4. We did change our triangle. We rotated it round today, so we had 2 attacking mids and 1 defensive mid. But this has been pretty straightforward. Ooh, go on, Hereford. Go on, Hereford. Get yourselves an equaliser, boys. We do have a highlight, though, second half. Mr. Michael Spellman whips it in. It's going to come down to Caden Kelly. Back to Spellman. Here's Kelly again. James Harvey, and it's deflected in, but it's offside. Nelson was stood in an offside position, unfortunately. And that will not count. We have another free kick. Kelly, though, whips it into the back post. Headed clear. Here's Harry Green. Plays it into James Harvey. Back to Ealing now. Ealing with a lovely ball through. Ooh, Davies, what's that from the goalkeeper? And he's not up. Well, that sums up Brackley's season. The goalkeeper, with what should have been a routine catch, punched it directly to Ben Little. And then he just didn't get back. Look at his reaction. He's in no rush to get back into his goal, and Ben Little has a free open goal to shoot into. Crazy stuff. Crazy. Right, let's just try and preserve as much as we can. Slow it down, boys. Slow it all down. And we can focus on the Scunthorpe game, which, in all honesty, we were going to... Oh, well. I've just been bigging you up, George, and you go and do that. I've just been telling you all how good George Shelby's been doing, and then he drops the first clanger he's dropped in ages. It's almost like he said, your goalkeeper does a fumble, hold my beer. That's annoying. He deserved a clean sheet. Oh, God. Whoa, 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 what's going on here? Brackley have rocked up. They're suddenly coming to play football. What is going on here? I'm a little nervous. That's a great tackle by Harvey. Head that. Oh, he's missed it. What's going on? I don't like this. I don't like this. How the hell have we went from cruising at 3-0 to hanging on? What the hell? This is complacency at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Harry Wright just missed the flight of the ball. Right, they're getting told to focus here. Oh my God. This isn't happening. This isn't happening, Football Manager. It's not happening, Football Manager. It's a free kick to us. Ealing was fouled. That went from on your armchair, chilling out, to goodness gracious me, we almost drew that game. That was absolutely crazy. But that's a great thing. That's perfect from our assistant. A lot of good stuff, but we cannot afford complacency to creep in. And they didn't like that. They didn't like it. Well, I'm going to still praise them for their... And we're bringing them round. But I'm surprised that the complacency line got such a bad reaction there, because it could have cost us a point. It literally could have cost us a point. But anyway, game 1 of 3 is done. South Shields have wrapped up the title. They got a late winner to beat Tamworth 4-3. Scunthorpe, despite having a man sent off, 1-2-1. So, well, Scales is going to be missing the game against us, and he's one of their best players, I think. Look at that. Oh, that could be nice. And Braintree, the other side, who are fighting with us, drew, I believe. They drew with Banbury, so perfect. The perfect result between the two sides below us. We're up to third now, 1 point off second. That is absolutely awesome. But that was never the focus. The focus was, of course, Scunthorpe United. And we are going to... Can I rest the boys? Rest all players. We'll rest them for a day. Maintain their sharpness, because not all of our best players played. But I do feel like we need to give them a little bit of a rest. So we'll hopefully have a fit and ready squad to play the penultimate game of the season. And if we were to win this one, it would give us a 2-point advantage going into the final day. If we lose this, Scunthorpe pretty much a guaranteed third, which will give them a bye into the semi-finals. So this is a massive, massive game to determine if we're in the quarterfinals of the playoffs or the semi-finals. Well, this is just a quick side note and something that I don't like seeing, but obviously Boro got promoted to the Premier League. It's not gone well. They've set a record number of league defeats in a Premier League season. For anyone who's interested, Boro have been relegated by a country mile. They're on 12 points. They might be about to match Derby's record of the all-time lowest points tally, winning 3, drawing 3, losing 28. They're 12 points adrift from Burnley, 22 points from safety, and that's just really sad. I just thought I'd let you guys know, but that's made me really sad. Anyway, here we are. We're ready for the big one. This is a massive, massive game. As big as it gets, other than the playoffs themselves. Let's go and beat Scunthorpe United. So then, here we go. The team is fresh and ready and raring to go, which is awesome. Sharpness is high, fitness is high. I'm all good to go. So, George Shelby's in goal. Back for Perrett Sumnall, who's we have attempted to extend his loan bid. That was advised to us in our monthly staff meeting, so we're going to try and go ahead and do that. Jack Leckie is alongside him with Nathan Newell on the left. CJ Clark is at the base. Well, he's not at the base actually. Him and Little are both at the base of a midfield three. We rotate the triangle depending on whether we want to protect or we want to attack. Kelly sits in front of them. Green and Spellman on either side. Max Thompson is up front, and we're going to go balanced for this one because we don't want to basically be written out of the race for second by losing this game. If we draw, we draw. We can still overtake Scunthorpe on the final day and nick third if Braintree win. But alternatively, if we lose this game and Braintree win, we're on the back foot massively. Spellman is complacent. Don't know why. That's not something I like to see. But this is massive. And we're at home as well. I do recall when we played these guys last time at their place and we did really well and got a point, and we probably were the better side. So, you know, I'm confident we can compete with this Scunthorpe side. I think they were the favourites to go up, and we'll be disappointed they'll have to go through the playoffs again. But, bumper crowd. It's not the final home game of the season, but it's probably the biggest. And they've come out the blocks on absolute fire. They've already had 2 shots already. Oh, now they've got a free kick. Scunthorpe seem really up for this. Headed clear. Now, is there a counter-attack on here? If there was a man I'd want running at their defence, it's Harry Green. He's taking 1. He's taking 2. He's beat them all. Can he get the final ball? He's went for the shot. That might have been the right choice. Goalkeeper tipped it over the bar. That was a wonderful, wonderful bit of attacking play from Harry Green. And the resulting corner is headed by CJ Clark, but is saved. So that is a good response. Both sides look up for it, don't they? We need to keep an eye on the Braintree game elsewhere, and they're at home to Alfreton, who always beat us. They always play well against us, Alfreton, but they don't seem to beat everyone else. So we'll pray that Alfreton get a result against Braintree. But playing out from the back here, and in fact, I think if we were to win and Braintree were to lose, I think we would be guaranteed top 3 today. Oh, Newell, careful. He got lucky there. But yeah, if that's the best case scenario, you know. We're guaranteed top 3. We're guaranteed a bye into the semi-finals of the playoffs. One less game to worry about. Here's CJ Clark. He's carried the ball an awful long way. He's still going. What a goal this could be! CJ Clark, our defensive midfielder, he's turned into Lionel Messi. He's picked the ball up in his own centre circle, and he's ran, and he's ran, and he's ran. And usually they're knackered by the point of which they have to finish and they spoon it, but he's tucked it into the corner. Beautiful. Love it. 1-0, but here comes Scunthorpe straight after, looking for a response. And I worry we're going to be pegged back instantly here. Here's Wilson on the right-hand side. He's getting doubled up here. Spellman coming back to help cover, which is good to see. Reynolds now. Reynolds, is he going to cross the ball? And he is. Shelby. Safe hands. Didn't fumble it this time like he did before. Spellman's still complacent. I'm going to tell him to focus, because he's a key player and we need him on it. We don't want him thinking of other things. But here's Kelly. CJ Clark now. Is he going to do it again? No, he isn't. He's opted to pass it this time. Out to Spellman. Spellman now into Kelly. Kelly. Oh, it's a great ball over the top. The angle's against Thompson, but that doesn't matter. That does not matter, because Max Thompson will find the back of the net anyway. And it's 2-0 to the Quakers. What a ball from Caden Kelly. He's just gained the trait of putting in really good through balls, and Thompson has caught that as sweet as you like and doubled our lead. Tight offside. How tight was it? Oh, that's not tight. He's a yard on. Amazing. And here we go again. Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Harry Perrett. Oh, he's been tackled there, but the ball out to Puawan, and there's CJ Clark in the right place at the right time, which he always used to be. Great ball into Thompson, who's in again. Thompson makes it 3-0. This is as good as it gets. First half FC, ladies and gentlemen. We'll probably concede 2 goals in stoppage time at the end of the 90 minutes, like against Brackley, but again, Little with a beautiful ball. Thompson's first touch. Absolutely perfect, and he is not missing a thing right now. It is 3-0 to Darlington. Scunthorpe must be wondering what's hit them here. I mean, look at the ratings. You've just got to let the boys cook here. You've got to just sit back as the gaffer and let your boys cook, because they are sizzling right now. But Scunthorpe, they'll be looking for a response pretty quick here. Oh, they've gave the ball straight back. Caden Kelly running at the defence. Thompson's offside, but Spellman's there. Thompson, is he onside? No. I had a feeling he'd went offside. He should have really held his run, to be fair. Yeah. It's the first bad thing he's done all game. Should have, could have held his run there. But Scunthorpe are all at 6s and 7s here. They gave the ball away for our 3rd goal. They gave the ball away again. Yes, very strange. But anyway, they do have possession once again. And they've gave the ball away again. I can't quite believe what I'm seeing here. They seem to have completely lost all composure here. They've been rattled well and truly. And here we go again. So Perrett. Oh, I don't like them central balls, but it did find its man Little. That's speculative. But the headed clear's gone straight to another black and white shirt. Kelly to Spellman. Good tackle. Maybe this will be a Scunthorpe highlight after all. Reynolds now down the right-hand side. Cuts inside to Law, who's in a great pocket in the box. Leckie, though, with a great interception. But the clearance is only as far as Reynolds. Poulter's in the box. And he is one of their most potent players. But his header over the bar. Over the bar. But Braintree is still drawing. So we're not guaranteed 3rd or top 3 as yet. It's imperative we do not allow complacency to creep in. So I'm going to say stay focused second half. Don't allow complacency to creep in. It's imperative that we don't give them a sniff. So this could be a huge second half. We could get guaranteed top 3 here with a game to spare, which would be something I would never have expected. We'll see what happens. Still 1-1. Scunthorpe with a corner here. 55 minutes. Header's not that clear. Asante skies it. Normally they'd be hitting the back of the net. That went into row Z. This is what I normally see happening to us in games. You know, it's just not happening for Scunthorpe today. But Spellman's been probably one of the few weak links out there today. His mood is not being quite there. He's not quite been at it. So we will bring on Frankie Ealing. And let's try and get that anxiety out of him. No reason to feel anxious. And 65 minutes. So the ball is with their goalkeeper, Fitzsimmons. He's opted to hoof it long. Can someone get the head on it? No, they don't. But we've won the second ball with Little. That's the benefit of having 2 ball winners in there as opposed to 1. Great ball in behind to Harry Green here. Cuts inside, and Harry Green, I think, has just signed, sealed and stamped this incredible victory over Scunthorpe United. And it's 4-0. Great play by Little. This ball from Newall is as sweet as it gets. And Harry Green thought, I'm getting myself a goal. And he's done just that. putting it into the far corner. Absolutely brilliant. We'll lower our tempo a little bit, but not fully, because we did that against Brackley, and we all know what happened there, and we instantly have a Scunthorpe highlight, but they've gave the ball away again. This is incredible. Newall plays it to Green again. Reynolds does get the challenge in, but the clearance is straight to Leckie, and I don't know what the point of that highlight was, if I'm honest. But we approach the 70-minute mark, and we are on course for an incredible victory. An incredible victory. And I tell you what, I wonder if resting our players, giving them that rest day, ensuring that our squad was rotated, has made all the difference, because the Scunthorpe side are on their feet. They're knackered, whereas our boys are still fresh as daisies out there. And I think that could be a real factor. Some Knowles yellow carded though, and not playing the best, so we'll bring on Tom Leake, who's anxious as well. But I'd like to think we're going to be avoiding any late drama here. I'm also looking at the Braintree result and praying for an Alfreton goal, if I'm honest. That would seal our place, essentially, in the top three. In the final few minutes, I'm so surprised by Scunthorpe's performance. I really am. I think we'll bring on James Harvey as well, who is now a 2.5 star rated player. He's literally gone up nearly a star and a half this season. But into stoppage time we go, and this has been maybe win of the season. Not just because of the team we've played, but because of the circumstances and what that win could mean. That was absolutely outstanding, boys. That's as good as a win as you're likely to see. That is fantastic. A 4-0 win over Scunthorpe. And if we were to play them in the playoffs now, what a marker we've just set. Oh, annoyingly though, Braintree got a 93rd minute equaliser. They were losing after the 85th minute. And that would have, if that goal hadn't gone in, we would have been top three, because our goal difference is superior and the gap would have been 3 points. As it happens, the gap is only 2, but we're in the driving seat here to get ourselves a bye into the semi-final of the playoffs. And I think most other things have been decided. They've rejected our loan offer. Why have they rejected that? He should be in a different environment. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Can we not tempt them with a little monthly playing fee? No. I don't think that's going to work. So anyway, we'll head to the final game of the season now, and looking elsewhere, everything is decided. So, the fight for the top three is the only thing left to play for. You know, South Shields are champions. Tamworth now can't get into the playoffs. Spennymoor, they won't make it either. Telford, Banbury, Chorley are guaranteed to be in the semi-final or the quarterfinals of the playoffs. It's a case of which of us three, Darlington, Scunthorpe or Braintree, will play them in the semi-finals, and which other two will move on and wait in the semi-finals. Elsewhere, Brackley relegated on 14 points. It's quite pathetic, really. Leamington 23, but a goal difference of -73. FC United of Manchester have gone straight back down, and Peterborough Sports have joined them. So let's get ready then for the final game of the season. A draw might not be enough if Braintree and Scunthorpe both win, but if either of them either of them fail to win, we should be okay, and even a draw or a defeat might do. So yeah, let's see how we get on. Also, a little note, we do have a youth intake this season, but none of them have been that good. It's been a poor youth intake this season, or below average, I think, when it was put to us. So, yeah, 1 star is the best current ability, 1 at 2.5 stars is the best potential. So, unfortunately, unlike last year where we had an unbelievable youth intake and essentially brought in players that have been crucial this season, we're sadly not going to have the same luxury next season, and it looks like we're not going to be able to sign Jensen Sumnall on another loan. They do not want him in our environment, whatever that means. So we will accept that. But we have been offered an intermediary, and Scott Butler, a centre-back from Wrexham, who looks decent. So we will keep him in mind as a potential replacement for Jensen Sumnall. So anyway, let's get to the final game of the season. So we're sticking with an unchanged team for the final game of the season while these boys are delivering, and when they dropped a performance like the last one, you would not want to change that side. So we are sticking as is, going balanced for this one. It is a game I sort of don't want to lose. A draw. It wouldn't be enough if Braintree and Scunthorpe win. So it's tough. We very much have to keep an eye on what happens elsewhere. Both of them are away from home, whereas we're at home, if that's anything to read into. And we're on three wins in a row, and I don't think we've had 3 wins in a row since the very start of the season when we were on fire. I mean, we couldn't buy back-to-back wins at one point. So we could be taking our best form into the playoffs, which is great. But we have to keep an eye on the pair of them. In fact, a draw would be enough, because Braintree, even if they win, they don't have the goal difference to match us. So we'd be third and still in front. So a draw would be enough today. Let's not go down early. Shelby as well to claim that cross. I mean, Telford have snuck into the playoffs themselves, so they equally don't have anything to play for. Don't know why Shelby's booted that long. We strict instructions to not do that, Shelby. Roll it out, man. That's what you're being asked to do, and you've been made to pay by a wonderful header by Montel Gibson, and that all come from a very poor decision by the goalkeeper. Roll it out. Distribution type. Why are you booting it up the pitch, man? So annoying. Well, we've got a highlight instantly here, so I'm not going to do anything too rash. I mean, we've encouraged them anyway. But not the start we wanted, and we've hit the bar. We've hit the bar. Thompson has crashed the bar. And Harry Green brings it back. Is that the highlight? That's the highlight. Oh, let's not be one of them days, please. That wouldn't be very nice if it was one of them days, you know. But we'll go positive, I think. I think we're best going positive. Deep cross in. Headed clear. Harry Perrott, though, is in space. Picks it up. Harry Green now. Plenty of men in the box. It's too high for Thompson. Too high. It was impossible for him to guide that back on goal. And Braintree now go above us. They are winning at Kersnashton. A Scunthorpe goal puts us 4th. And our worst case scenario will have been realised. So I've berated the boys. And I'm surprised they've not took that well, because it's not been great. It's not been great. And this would be a cruel way to drop out of the semi-final places when we've worked so hard to get there. But I mean, there's just nothing happening. Can we try encouraging them? Oh, Scunthorpe are behind. That's a little bit of a lifeline. But nothing. Nothing at all. It's going to be half time. And we're going to be 1-0 down, and that was disappointing. We've had the better XG, but we have to be better in front of goal. Absolutely. Big second half needed. Big second half needed. I'm not going to make any drastic changes as yet, but the boys need to come out and perform much better than what they did there. So we'll give it until just after the hour, and we might have to start making changes. And oh my god, Michael Spellman's injured. This is not the time to get an injury. Don't know what it is. I'm praying it's nothing serious. But we're going to have to swap him and Harry Green and put Ealing on the right-hand side. That, I'm hoping, isn't a season ender for Spellman. But I just want to highlight, man. I just want to see something happen. And we've got a goal kick for Telford. And we don't win the second ball. We don't win it this time. Oh, that's a very lazy ball. Caden Kelly. Caden Kelly's gone backwards. CJ Clark, though, gets us back on the attack. Harry Green to Thompson. Max Thompson beats his man. He's hit the post. Oh! Oh! Is that twice we've hit the woodwork? Ealing's in behind, and it's too much. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, God, now they've got a corner on the hour. Do not concede now. Oh, my God. Two strikers. We're going to have to go with two strikers. We're at the mercy of Scunthorpe United here. We are at the mercy of Scunthorpe United. We need to ensure that they lose. And instantly, we are going up the other end. But we don't do anything. Was that the highlight? That was the highlight? Right, well. They're going to need to be berated again here. This is really on a knife edge. Scunthorpe, they need to win, essentially. So they need 2 goals. Even if they draw, we're going to be alright. But I still don't feel anywhere near comfortable enough. And that cross is equated to nothing. And they're going to clear the ball. It's just going to really halt our momentum, you know, going into the playoffs. It would be such a shame. Even if we can get a point from this game, you say, okay, we've got a point, we're in the top 3, good stuff, let's move. So, I'd love us to get a point out of this. Harry Green, Ealing's in space, we've dragged them from one side to the other, and Frankie Ealing gets us a goal back. And we've got time. This was good play, we dragged them from one side to the other, pulled their left back in field, and it gave Ealing the space to finish. And there is hope that we could maybe nick a draw here. I'm going to encourage them more, and we're going to go very attacking for the final 15 minutes. Let's also freshen things up a little bit. We've only got one more change. And Caden Kelly's had a bit of a shocker, so we're going to replace him with James Harvey. And our feedback to him has inspired him. Still 1-0 at Bishop Stortford. An equaliser would do it for us here. Leckie to Liddell. Thompson. They've committed men forward. There's gaps in behind Harry Green. He just needs to square it. He doesn't square it. He goes alone. And that was the wrong decision. Square it to Nelson. He's got to tap in. He's got to tap in. Oh, and what's happened there? We've gave the ball away in our own half. Oh, and they've... I think it was a save by Shelby. Seven minutes of added on time here. Goals can go in after we've finished. It happened in the Braintree game last time out. Here's Nelson. Ealing. To Harry Perrott. Floated ball in. It's not headed clear. Ealing puts it back in, and Andrew Nelson! He's been outcast, he's been upset, he's wanted to be transfer listed and all this nonsense. He comes in when we needed him, and he's tapped home the equaliser, which should do it. That should do the job, because oh no, there's another there's a highlight straight from kickoff. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to stop commentating. Newall wins it. I mean, I've gone balanced to try and hold the draw. Are we going to go up the other end and score again? Oh, that's a red card. He's booked. Parker has got himself a second yellow card, and Telford are going to be down to 10 men in the final embers of this game. Oh, Scunthorpe have equalised. Oh! No. I don't know if the table updated in time, but we were behind Braintree, and Scunthorpe have got 2 late goals. I saw them come in. Surely a draw's enough. Oh, it is. Oh my God, we've done it on goal difference. Oh my God. I knew a draw would get us ahead of Braintree, but I had a bit of doubt at the end. But Braintree, they beat Curzon-Ashton. That was a done deal. Scunthorpe got 2 late goals in the 81st and 83rd minute, which means if Andrew Nelson hadn't have scored in that 93rd minute, we would have dropped to 4th. and then we'd have been in the quarterfinals against Telford, who we've just played. They'd have beat us and then booked a place against us in the quarters, which would have been horrible. Jesus Christ, how big could that Nelson goal prove to be in the grand scheme of things? Oh, Spellman's out. Oh. One of our most crucial attacking players is out for the season. That's such a big blow. And we'll be playing either Chorley or Banbury in the semi-finals. So, yeah, there it is, confirmation. Chorley play Banbury, that's 5th v 6th. Braintree play Telford, that's 4th versus 7th. And I think because we're second, we get a home tie in the... Do we? Or we might automatically get a home tie in the semi-final, actually. Oh, God. That was horrible. Right, so we'll keep our eye on the winner of that game. I think we also... Do we also get, by being second, do we get... Chorley Banbury? Yeah, so the other benefit we get by finishing above 3rd position is we can't play 4th. So it's weird how it works, but Scunthorpe now might play Braintree in their semi-final, for example. They might have 4th place, which obviously is someone just as good as them if you look at the points, whereas we're going to have Chorley or Banbury, who, you know, aren't far behind, but looking at it on paper at least, you'd rather have one of them two rather than Braintree or Telford. Unless Telford beat Braintree, of course, and then you've got Telford, who are arguably easier, but, I mean, they've just nearly beat us, so... God, that was dramatic. I'd have been devastated if we'd have dropped into 4th. But that is where we're going to leave it. And I think what we'll do, unlike in the Championship, where of course it's, you know, in our Boro career mode, where it's such a big deal to get ourselves into the Premier League, we do a playoff final episode on its own, we are probably going to do all of the playoffs in one episode next time out. That's what we're going to do. It's pointless us looking at what's happened elsewhere in the world because our league finishes so early. So yeah, we'll see what happens elsewhere. When is so it's the 23rd. So the semi-finals are in a few days' time. So you know what? We'll skip to a few days' time just to see who we play in the semi-final. So I'll be back very shortly. Okay, so the first round games are underway. And this is the benefit of finishing second, because Braintree have beaten Telford. There aren't two legs in the quarterfinals. It is just a case of a first round playoff, and Braintree, being the team who finished fourth, had home advantage, and they beat Telford by 2-1, and they will play Scunthorpe. So our two big rivals are going to play one another. We can sit back and relax for a moment, and now we'll find out who we've got, Chorley or Banbury. We don't, we have Banbury. What a game, 4-3 it was. Old Darlington player Cameron Solkeld scored for Chorley, but they heartbreakingly lose out narrowly. They were winning as well until two late Banbury goals put them through to the next round of the playoffs. So it is done, confirmed, signed and sealed. The playoff semi-final will be Darlington against Banbury United in the playoff semi-final, and elsewhere Scunthorpe will play Braintree. The winners of each will go to Wembley to play each other for a place in the National League. How exciting. And this was where we were meant to be. So they had us in 9th, the media. We've exceeded that massively. And Banbury have as well. They were even lower in mid-table. So what a job they've done there. And you could argue Braintree have crashed the party a little bit as well. Only Scunthorpe with the team expected to be there. So Telford, they've only just come up from the league below, by the way. What a season they've had. They've just been promoted. But the two relegated sides in Kidderminster and Oxford, they haven't made the playoffs. Interestingly enough, the other two promoted sides, FC United and Manchester Leamington, have gone straight back down. So an amazing season for Telford. Really disappointing seasons for Kidderminster and Oxford. And I think it's safe to say Scunthorpe will go into the playoffs as favourites. But we were the team who finished second, so we're the team who can hopefully get the job done in the next episode. So guys, we'll be back next time out for the entirety of the playoffs. We're going to be playing literally semi-final. It's just the one game, no second leg. And then it is straight to hopefully we will then play Scunthorpe or Braintree in the final, and fingers crossed we can book our place in the National League for the first time, which would be amazing. That would be an absolutely incredible achievement. So a big thank you for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed it, as I move the camera up fully, if you've enjoyed this video, do hit the like button and subscribe for more, and hit the bell too so you never miss an episode. Of course, leave me a comment below with your thoughts as always, and I'll be back tomorrow for the conclusion of Season 2 and the playoffs for the National League North in their entirety. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, and I hope to see you tomorrow.